We got the latest commitment for the Oklahoma Sooners coming on the show tonight. Kalib Hicks, 4-star running back out of Denton, Ryan. We'll talk to him about his recruitment, about some other Oklahoma commits, all on today's episode of Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, Sooners Nation, and welcome to Locked On Sooners. Thank you for joining me. My name is John Williams. You can follow me on Twitter at John9Williams, and joining me as he does every day is Josh Helmer from 94.7 The Ref in Norman. You can hear him Monday through Friday from 9 to noon. You can also follow him on Twitter at JoshOnRef. Josh, how's it going, man?
I guess we can officially steal a line from DeMarco Murray. Yamaha, we got an alert. Kalib Hicks is in the house with us, bringing our guest here, one of the latest Sooner commits, running back in the 2023 class. Kalib, how we doing, man? Congratulations.
I appreciate it. I'm doing good. I appreciate it.
Well, we're excited to have you on the show. And just first off, what was your recruitment like, and what ended up leading you to Oklahoma?
My recruitment, it was it was slow for me, but it started rolling in once I started, like last summer, started rolling in, and I just started looking for, the people who were most talking to me, communicating with me. There was more interested in me, just talking to me more than others. And Oklahoma did that. And, I came up there, I visited and met Coach Venables. I loved his energy and what he talked about. So, yeah.
What's your relationship been like with DeMarco Murray?
We're building on that, but it's been good, very, very good so far. He used to play in the league, so we always talk football. I used to be a fan of his when I was little, when he played for the Cowboys. So it's interesting.
Well, it's good to have another Cowboys fan on the show. I'm always ended up with people who are fans of the Packers or the Chiefs, as Josh is. So yeah, I was a big fan of DeMarco Murray when he was a running back, obviously for the Sooners, but then when he went to the Cowboys, I was ecstatic. So
yeah,
talk about your own running style. What is it that you kind of bring to the field? How do you describe yourself as a runner?
I have size. I'm very elusive with my size. I'm very all around back. I just know how to, I'm patient. I'm a patient runner. The first guy always misses. So I just think I can bring everything, power, speed, just all around. Whatever you need, I can do it for you. 4th and 1, 3rd and 10. I can get the first, long runs, just everything I can bring to me. I catch the ball. But, yeah, I think I can bring everything.
How much do you pride yourself on that? Football anymore, it seems like, and this was probably always the case, Kalib, but you have to be able to catch the football out of the backfield. Maybe that's a little cliche, but how much do you pride yourself on being that type of running back like you described, that can be an every down running back that can both run the football, catch the football?
I think, nowadays is diversity is, where it's at with the running back position, catching the ball. They want you on the field at all times, no matter if you're passing or blocking or, running the ball. So I think, I focus on that a lot. I work on it a lot, hand coordination. I work on hands all the time. But yeah, I take very good pride in that. So that's what I work on.
And as you go into your senior season, what's kind of the thing that you've been really kind of trying to hone in on and improve upon as you get ready for your final year at Denton Ryan?
I'll say my balance and getting tackled, just balancing, breaking more tackles than usual. My strength, especially my speed, my elusiveness, just everything all around, and catching the ball also, and also blocking for sure.
Kalib, I know you shared a little bit with us about sort of how your recruitment went down and what that whole process was like, which I'm sure it's a relief to you to have the commitment out of the way. That way you could focus on football going into this last season. But I mean, I'm just looking at your offers sheet right here, and there's some big time programs
Yeah.
in addition to Oklahoma. There's Alabama there, Arkansas, Auburn, Baylor, Colorado. While maybe not the Colorado of yesteryear, that's a proud program. Miami,
Yeah.
Penn State, Ole Miss. I mean, we could go on and on with these offers. What was it ultimately about Oklahoma that pushed them over the top in front of some of these other very prestigious schools?
I say when I visited, it was more just like the genuine relationships I built with players, the coaching staff. It was just more about football when I came down there. I just felt like, I could be, it was just more 4 years of football. It wasn't just about football. I felt like they'll take care of me. Of course, DeMarco, I feel like he'll be a great mentor. He's a great husband, great father. Also, he used to be a great player, so I feel like he can be a good mentor for me. And then just Coach Venables, he's on the spiritual level. He just talks more about football. He's more about football. He talks about how he can build me as a man and just elevate my life and just and also of course use me on the field. But that's about it.
I love how you use the word mentor because, I mean, I feel like that takes the relationship between a coach and player to a completely different level. I mean, anybody can be a coach, but it takes a little bit extra work to be a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I'm getting at is like, how is that going to resonate with you when you get on campus? Like, what is that going to kind of look like with DeMarco Murray as a mentor? I mean, yes, he's going to be coaching you on the field, working with you in the weight room and the film room, but I mean, what else are you kind of looking forward to seeing in that relationship once you get on campus?
Just the little things. Teaching me how to, read plays. Just being like just basically becoming an off the field. Just basically making me a new man, teaching me how to, what I'm saying, be patient in life and just stuff like that. Life lessons, I would say, as the mentor aspect.
Oklahoma, Caleb, has had, well, a very rich history, let's say, at the running back position, and certainly hoping that you'll be a part of continuing that at OU here now and then into the future. Did that factor in for you at all, the types of running backs that Oklahoma has had in the past?
Definitely, Adrian Peterson, Joe Mixon, of course, DeMarco. But yeah, I looked in the recent history, and they had some great backs that come through. And that definitely played a part. I used to watch Adrian Peterson all the time. That man's a stud. But I just feel like that played a big part. And I go back and watch them highlights all the time. But yeah, that played a big part.
And we're going to hear more from Caleb here after I talk to you about BetOnline. It's your number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, league reviews, and news, including this year's NHL playoffs and Major League Baseball. BetOnline is your continued source for all your wagering information, including live betting, esports, and scores. BetOnline remains the best spot for all your sports scores, podcasts, and news this season. It's the fastest and easiest way to check on all your favorite sports, events, including MMA, boxing, and golf. BetOnline is where the game starts. And thank you for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. We are free and available on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. Make sure to check out the channel over there, subscribe to the show, and leave us a comment. Caleb, so you go to Denton Ryan High School, powerhouse in the North Texas area, a current Sooner, also from Denton Ryan. What's your relationship like with Billy Bowman, and how did that impact your recruitment and your decision to head to OU?
We won a state championship together. Of course, my sophomore year, he was a senior. We won our state championship together. At first we wasn't that, strong of a relationship, but, as we got older, we built it up. We always talked about, OU, of course, what I'm saying, talking to the coaches, of course, getting them to recognize me, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I wouldn't say he played a big part, but, he gives me like the intel, what's going on, in that program. So I think he played a big part. And he's a great player also. So who wouldn't want to play with him? So
Just looking now at the rest of this 2023 class, where it's at right now. I'm sure you know a little bit about the quarterback that's in this class in Jackson Arnold, who, of course, is from Denton Guyer. Added a wide receiver in Keon Brown. Josh Bates is an offensive lineman in this class. What do you know about Jackson Arnold, the quarterback, and some of these other skill guys? Have you talked to those guys much?
I haven't really talked to the offensive lineman or Keon Brown, but of course I talked to Jackson. You know, we play against each other. He's a great quarterback, of course, as you can see. Yeah, we don't really have a strong friendship, but we talk about it. We're competitive. We play against each other, so that's about it.
What was the most troubling thing that he brought to the field for Denton Ryan's defense?
He's a playmaker. He's a playmaker. He can get out the pocket. He can throw the rock. He just finds a way to get the ball in the end zone.
So obviously Oklahoma, Caleb, has gone through this transition, not super recently, I guess now, 6 months ago, whatever the timeline is, I guess close to that, 6-7 months. Lincoln Riley leaving, Brent Venables taking over. What was it about Brent Venables and then the offensive staff that now he has at Oklahoma? I'd imagine you've talked a lot with Jeff Lebby. So what was it about both Brent Venables and Jeff Lebby that kind of sold you on the idea, okay, yeah, OU's where I want to be?
I see that Jeff Lebby, he likes to run the ball. Lincoln, I would say he's a passer. He likes to pass. I think Brent Venables, he brought more culture to the school, more accountability and just being more structured. I feel like he brought more than just coaching to the table, soul mission, you know what I'm saying? Just being bigger than football, I guess I should say.
And in Jeff Lebby's scheme, how do you see yourself kind of fitting into that? We talked about the all-around back that you are. What is it that he's kind of told you, like, hey, this is how I see you playing. This is how you're going to fit in. This is what we're going to do well with you on the field.
Well, Coach Murray had told me they were talking about just putting me at, of course, in the backfield, putting me on sweeps in the slot, just using zone runs, getting outside zones, and catching the ball at the backfield. That simple.
How do you feel about joining a place in Oklahoma where there's going to be other talented running backs? I mean, just looking at your offers list, I mean, any of the choices that you were picking from, that probably was going to be the case. But I guess the question I'm getting at, how do you approach that competition aspect in terms of within the running back room?
I'm a guy that doesn't want easy. I like to compete. I think Javante Barnes and Gavin are great guys, great running backs. Eric Gray, he's great. I think those three are very good, and the two younger ones, I think they'll be very good as long as they keep working and fit right in the scheme. But yeah, I love to compete. I don't want easy, so we're gonna make each other work harder than ever, and you know what I'm saying, we're gonna help our team win.
So who's a running back that you enjoy watching the most? It doesn't have to be a Sooner. It could be anybody in the NFL.
I like my favorite initially running back was Saquon Barkley, but right now it's Alvin Kamara. I love his balance and his diversity catching the ball. That's about it.
How much Alvin Kamara workouts do you watch and try to implement into your own off-season workout stuff?
Earlier I said I want to work on balance, and that's exactly it right there. Balance workouts. I see he be on medicine balls, then he be on the knee on the medicine balls, balance. I'd be like, I don't know how you do it, but
it amazes.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, but yeah, balance. That's the exactly workout I watch because he got the best balance in the league.
So we've talked to you about some of your favorite running backs. Obviously your impressions of the coaching staff, this recruiting class. What What's your impression of just Norman when you visited the city of Norman? And what about the fan base? Sooner Twitter's the Sooner Nation likes to pride itself as.
We lost him for a second. As a very passionate fan base is probably where he was going with that.
Yeah. Man, I think you got the best fans in the world. They're very loyal. They're very they're just all one family. I feel like they're very supportive of the team, and just not just the football team, baseball, softball, wherever it is. I feel like they're very supportive. They make you feel like home, supported, and special in that case. But I think they're the best fans in the world. I think when I went out there, I went to go celebrate the softball team at this little place. Man, it was a good time.
What other sports have you played, Caleb? I mean, I'm imagining very focused, of course, on being the next great Sooner running back. But what's sort of your athletic history look like? When did you start playing football, and what other sports have you played?
I started playing football at 5 years old. I run track. I recently went to state for track, and then play basketball, of course. But those three sports.
All right, we're going to get to know Caleb just a little bit more here after I talk to you about Rock Auto. Rock Auto is a family-owned business serving auto parts customers online for more than 20 years. They are the best, the cheapest place to get all of your auto parts. Why choose to spend 30, 50, or even 100% more for the same parts from a chain store or car dealership when you can go to rockauto.com. Their prices are always reliably low for every customer, from the do-it-yourselfer to the professional mechanic, and they've got everything you need, from brake parts, tail lamps, motor oil, and even new carpet. So go check out their easy-to-use website today to find the solution for your auto parts needs. Go write Locked On in their How Did You Hear About Us box so they know that we sent you. They got amazing selection, reliably low prices, and all the parts your car will ever need at rockauto.com. All right, Caleb, this is kind of the fun segment of the show. We've done it with Jackson and with Joshua Bates, and so we're happy to kind of put you through the paces here as well. So what's your favorite restaurant?
There's a bunch of them. I say right now, that's in my head right now, is probably Cheddar's.
Okay.
Yeah, Cheddar's.
What's your go-to on the menu there at Cheddar's?
Simple. Chicken strips and fries.
That's
simple.
All right.
That's simple.
I like it, and there is a Cheddar's in Norman, so you're in good hands in that regard. What about hobbies, man? I mean, what do you do? What do you like to do outside of football?
I play the game, of course. I listen to music. I love music. I'm a music guy. Of course, just play the game, listen to music. Kind of like to draw a little bit, but that's about it.
Very cool. What kind of stuff do you like to draw?
It just whatever pops up in my mind. I just sketch whatever pops up in my mind, whatever idea I have at that time.
Right on. We're gonna have to share some of that stuff with us on Twitter so we can show the world, man. We always love to hear about these kind of different hobbies and skills that people have. So make sure you put some of that up there, man. That'd be a lot of fun. Sure. What about music? Who are you currently really into right now?
Right now, my favorite rapper is Drake. But right now I've been listening a lot. Y'all know who Lil Baby is, right?
Who is that? No.
Lil Baby, you know who that is?
I do not know who Lil Baby is. Josh might.
Yeah, look him up. He's good.
I'm familiar with Lil Baby.
There you
go. What about like an Eminem or a Dr. Dre, 50 Cent? Is that before your time? How do you feel about those?
It is before my time, of course, but ain't nothing wrong with little classics. I do listen to classics a lot. I don't really listen to new age music like that. Like I listen to old Drake, stuff like that. I listen to classics like that, but I don't really listen to like the new stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Josh only asked you that question so he can make me feel old on a Thursday night. That's who I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
Let's turn the page to movies, man. What's your favorite movie?
That's hard because there's a lot of movies. Sheesh. Man, I think probably I'm about to say a football movie. It's called The Game Plan with The Rock.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite movie right there.
Anything with The Rock is going to be gold, man.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
For sure. Yeah.
Any other sports movies that you really like? Like, what would your top couple of sports movies look like? You mentioned The Game Plan. What else?
I don't really know. Like, it's hard. I can't think right now. I'm about to come back to that. I don't know.
No worries, man. Like you said, there's a lot of really good movies out there. It's hard to narrow it down. All right, your favorite candy?
I like chocolate. I love chocolate. Probably peanut M&Ms or something like that.
Yeah, that's a winner every single time right there.
Yeah.
And then go ahead, Josh.
Do you have a favorite Sooner yet? Keep in mind this will be potentially a controversial answer for Oklahoma fans.
Like, what you mean by favorite Sooner? Like,
you can take it whichever direction you want. Who's your favorite running back? Maybe an OU history, and then just a player in general. I mean, it can be offense, defense, whichever.
So, like, my favorite player all time from OU.
Yes.
Probably CeeDee Lamb. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm right there with you. That's one of my favorites as well. Yeah, man, he just does it all. And also the Dallas Cowboys connection. Bring it back to that.
There you go.
I've got I only own 3 jerseys in my lifetime, football jerseys. One was Darren Woodson, Tony Romo, and then CeeDee Lamb. All 3 Dallas Cowboys jerseys. So
smart.
Yeah, at some point I'm gonna have to get me a Kalib Hicks jersey though. At some point though.
For sure.
That's right. All right. Do you game? Do you play video games at all?
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite video game, or the one that you're playing the most right now?
Probably Madden. Madden, definitely. I'm a football player, so of course, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Madden for sure.
So being a football fan and part of the 2023 class, with EA Sports getting ready to reintroduce NCAA football, like, how excited are you for that?
I'm excited to be in the game. Most definitely. I'm excited to be in the game for sure. They need to bring that back, because I used to play that when I was little. Loved it.
Look at Kalib, man. Even when he's playing video games, he's doing homework for football, trying to get back. Look at that, Oklahoma fans.
Yeah,
hey, before we get you out of here, Kalib, just, maybe something we didn't ask you about, but what do you want Oklahoma fans to know? Like, what type of running back is Kalib Hicks? I mean, who are you that the Sooners are getting in this 2023 class?
I say I can do it all. Basically, I can do it all. Whatever situation you need me in, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hard worker, competitive. If I need them 3 yards, I'm gonna get it. So that's what type of running back I am.
That's right, man. We're really excited to have you. We're really excited about your commitment. Looking forward to getting you on the field. What's your kind of game plan? Are you trying to enroll early next spring? Are you gonna be a summer enrollee next year? What's the game plan there?
I'm going to be leaving in the winter. I'm gonna be a mid-year, so I'm gonna get my diploma in the winter. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on that, and good luck this season. So one last question: who's going to win, Denton Guy or Denton Ryan this year?
Actually, I'm not gonna cause no controversial statements, but what I heard was Guy didn't want to play us again, so they're not on our schedule. But that's what I heard.
Okay, well then we're gonna have to get Kalib and Jackson in a game of Madden to settle it for all who's the best team in Denton. But Kalib, man, thanks so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to get to know you a little bit, and we're looking forward to seeing you next spring in the Oklahoma spring game. It's gonna be a blast.
For sure, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your summer and a great senior year there at Denton Ryan. Thanks for joining us. And that's going to do it for today's episode of Locked On Sooners. Make sure you subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're free and available on all platforms. Also, check out the show over on YouTube. Hey, make sure you go back and check out our interview with Alex Storako, the latest or one of the latest Oklahoma transfers for the softball team. Had a great time talking with her as well. So for Josh, for Kalib, I'm John. Catch you next time. Boomer Sooner.